all the functionalities, we have created our own sample data under it. Now we will try to take the data from database. आपका वेबसाइट है आपका वेबसाइट है आपका Sarkol notes. Please refer to the video. Right, let us start the discussion. We will try to go with the Sarkol queries. What is a Sarkol query and what is the purpose of the Sarkol? So let us look at these examples and little information. We will start our discussion for the day with the SOQL. What is this SOQL and why we are going to use it? What is SOQL and why we are going to use it? Now, when I say SOQL, Salesforce Object Query Language. SOQL stands for Salesforce Object Query Language. Now, SOQL is almost similar to your SQL. It is not SQL. It looks similar to SQL. Now, what is the purpose of SOQL? The purpose of SOQL is fetch the data from the database. Whatever the data you have created, the data we want to fetch from the database. Whatever the data we want to fetch, the data we fetch from the database. So SOQL stands for Salesforce Object Query Language. Now it is also similar to SQL queries. SOQL are used to fetch data from a source. It can be a standard object or it can be a custom object. It can be a standard object, it can be a custom object. Next, SOQL is used to fetch the data from related objects. Related object means my data, my child object data, or my parent record data. So using a SOQL, you can get your data, your child object data, your parent record data. So SOQLs are used to get the data from associated objects. Now, SOQL results will be coming in the form of SOK. Will be coming in the form of list of S objects. SOQL will give you result in the form of list of S object or map of ID comma S object. So the result given by the SOQL is going to be either a list or a map. Now why list or a map? Why list or a map? I am not sure how many records you are going to get. I told get me all the students created today. How many students? Today it can be 30, tomorrow it can be 40, day after tomorrow it can be 100. As we are not sure how many records we are going to get, we are supposed to take it like a sample query that we write, generally the result will be in list of S object. Maximum how many records we are going to get? Maximum how many records? 50,000 records. Maximum number of records what we are going to get is 50,000 records. Maximum number of records what we are going to get is 50,000 records. Now look at the point. How the query? What is a query? Query is a statement. Query is a statement we write to fetch the data. Query is the statement we write to fetch the data from a source. Now, how do you write a query? Select fields from. Then we can write where offset list. We'll see that. Basic queries, select fields from a source. Now, let us do the quick examples here. First example. Write a query to fetch data from. It's only a query, we are not executing. Only query we are writing. In the account object, what are the fields we have? Name, port, industry, from. Select fields from a source. Write a query to fetch the data from contact. Write a query to fetch the data from contact. Select ID, last name, Write a query to fetch data from in the operating object. What are the fields we have? Select right. Now go back to the point. Select ID, stage, close date from opportunity. Write a query to fetch data from. Write a query to fetch the data from user. Select ID, last name. This is how we are ready. Write query. Select fields from a subject. Okay. Select fields from a subject. Select fields from a subject. Now look at the format. You can go to the developer console. We can go to the developer console extend this. What we have here? Query Airtel. Select name. Write a query. This is important. Name, phone, industry. Select name, phone, industry from account. So write your query, check the data. Select last name. Got it. This is what we got here. Last name, first name. I hope you're good with this example. Clear for everyone? Select last name, first name from content. Okay. Now let us go to the next. After writing this query, how do you execute them? You wrote a query, very good. But how do you execute them in the programming? So in the programming, if you want to execute them, we are going to write it in this format. Look at the format. Now, can I write it like this? Look at the point. Accounts equal to is it accepted? What does it mean? Whatever the list of records are there in the top, that we are assigning to my list. Am I right? Am I right? Okay. The same thing we are doing here. The same thing we are doing here. How we are implementing? List of account. Because I am running a query on account, list of account. Account is equal to select ID, comma, name. Now, this query will give you what? This query is going to give you list of which I assign to. Query will give you list of accounts which I am assigning to this account. Is that was clear? So how do you write? If you want to write a static query, within the array bracket we have to write a query. Within the array bracket we have to write a query. Right. So look at this example, everyone. We are trying to write the first query. Public list of circle example. Account is equal to select ID, comma, name. I wrote select ID, comma, name, phone, industry from account. Writing a query, getting the data. Now, how do you display the data in the VF page? When you have a list of records, how do you display? If you have a list of records, how do you display in the VF page? By using page block table, data list, repeat. Am I right? That's what I'm giving here. Control equal to. Apex page block table value equal to Apex page block table value equal to list of accounts. Value equal to accounts var equal to. Now, whatever the list of records you want to display, I have written a SQL query and fetched. The same records I am displaying here. Column value equal to column value equal to we have display the data. So what is the data we received here? We wrote a SQL query fetching the data and displaying the data. We wrote a SQL query fetching the data and displaying the data. I hope you are good with this. People are good with this, right, boss? What did I do? I wrote a SQL query, fetched the data. The data what I fetched, I was trying to display in the VF page. Everyone has followed this example, right, boss? Okay. Now write an Apex class which will fetch the list of contacts. Write a Apex class which will fetch the list of contacts. Write the Apex class which will fetch the list of write an Apex class which will fetch all the list of account records. Sorry, list of contact records. Write an Apex class which will fetch a list of all the contacts. Now create an Apex class which will fetch all the list of contacts. Write a Apex class which will fetch all the contact records. Right. So how did you write it? List of contacts. The constructor we writing a SQL query. Contacts equal to select ID, last name, first name, phone, email from contact. Right, boss? Is that was clear? Let us go to the next example. Now, when you delete this, when you write the query, how many records are fetched here? Look at the point. Now, there are a couple of records which are deleted. Are we getting this deleted record here? I have a group of testing records, Ready Lab records. When you write a SQL query, only the data which is in the database is fetched. Now I want to switch a fetch all. Fetch, okay, get all the records, including the records which are in recyclable. Get all the records, including the records which are in the recyclable. Get all the records, including the records which are in the recyclable. So I told all those. I told all those. The moment I say all rows, now I told fetch all the records with the recyclable also. When I write a SQL query, only the data in the database will be fetched. I want to get all the records which are deleted also. Then what I have to use? All. all rows. Action equal to fetch all. Render. Fetch all. When you say fetch all, look at the point. Look at this. When I'm getting this, we are not getting the testing record, all those stuff, right? We are not getting all the testing record. When I say all rows, fetch all the records, including the data which is deleted and still in the reset event for 15 days. When you delete the data, how long the data will be there with you? For 15 days. After 15 days, the data will be deleted. Now I'm saying the data which is deleted still in the table, fetch the data. It is not the data which you deleted 1 month back or 2 months back. The data which you deleted, when you delete the record, what will happen? Is deleted equal to true. That is still in the object, but it is deleted. How long it will be? 15 days. Such type of data, if any data is there, fetch the data. Are you getting my point? Right? All rows means including the records which are deleted. All rows means including the records which are deleted. Is that was clear? Is that was clear? Okay. Now, why did you take list here? Because I don't know how many records are there. When I say all rows, all the records in the table which are not deleted, all the records in the table which are deleted. All the records in the table which are deleted, all the records in the table which are not deleted, everything is fetched. I hope you are good. Next one. I'll give a quick critical point. This. Fetch all the records. Next one. Limit. Next one is limit. Boss, when you write a SQL query, I wrote a SQL query. Try to understand the difference here. I wrote a SQL query. I told we wrote it. Then we received. I got this data. I wrote a SQL query. I got this data. Now, when I wrote a SQL query, I got this data. From these records, how many records you want? I wrote a SQL query, I got the result. From this result, how many you want? I told limit 2. From the result, give me 2 records. Now they're asking, from the result, how many records you need? From the result, how many records you need? From the result, how many records you need? Use the term. From the result, how many records you want? So, when you write a query, all the result will come. From the result, how many you want to display? That is called limit. So, you are going to say limit. How many records? This will specify how many records we want to return from the list. This will specify how many records we want from the list.
So out of 4 records, which 2 records will be returned? Based on the created date?
Don't deviate the topic. We'll go in order. Now, public void. Settlement. Now we are going with the accounts. Select ID, name, phone, from account, limit 5. So we are getting 5 records. Look at this. Here we have Workbench. It is a third party. It's not a Salesforce tool. It is a third party tool. Workbench is not a Salesforce tool. It's a third party tool. Now I was selecting account. Here we have I'm writing a query. I told created a date, last modified date. Look at this. All these records are coming. Look at the format. We have got a records here. I'll also put the name here. What are the records we received here? All these records are actually created on a particular date. When I told limit 4, they are not coming based on the created date. They are not coming based on the last modified date. They are coming based on most recently used. Whichever the records are frequently used, that records will come on the top. So based on the usage, you'll be getting the records. So I cannot guarantee that you'll get first 4 records. I cannot guarantee that you get last 4 records. Now you have a specific requirement to get only first records. This is a different concept for it. Now, as per the usage, the records are returned. As per the usage, the records are returned. It is not first 5 records, 4 records. Look at the point. Now, what was this? Name, created date, last modified date. Okay. The same query I am executing from here. Have a preview. No. Now we got a unique point, unit oil gas corporation, so and so. Right. We are getting limited the 5 records. Now let us come back to the next one. We are going to set the limit using a variable. Dynamically, we want to set it. Now look at the format. Set my limit. Here I was taking integer count equal to. Now limit colon. If you are trying to use any variable, in the SQL query, we have to use colon variable name. If you want to use any variable in the SQL query, if you want to use any variable in the SQL query, we use colon followed by variable name. Set my limit. Now I gave a variable here. How are you using variable? How are you using the variable? Colon, we are using colon variable. Colon variable. We are using colon variable. Anywhere you want to use a variable, you have to write a colon followed by variable. Now here to support, right, I hope you got my point. Okay. Now somebody has asked me the question, which data will be coming? Somebody just has asked me which data will come. Then I have go back to the page. Now go back to this. Now I wrote a SQL query. When you write a SQL query, look at the format on which you are getting the data. Look at the format in which you are getting the data. Now this is the format which you got it. Now go back and see the data. Go to account. View it. Go to the page, refresh the page. Now, is the data in which order the data is coming here? In which order the data is coming? As per the date, we are fetching the data. 12/2/2019. Last modified. Last modified. So I am trying to modify the data again. Go to any one of the record. Rating. Save it. Go for it. Now there are three possibilities what we have. One possibility is based on the created date. Second possibility is based on the modified date. Third possibility is based on the frequently used, recently used, recently viewed. So created date, last modified, and last one is what? Last one is what? Okay, feature. Now there is a reason I have modified this particular record. Recently I opened this record. But still it is shown in the same order. It is not impacting the order of my database. I opened this record. So when I open this record, neither is going to the top or last. It has no influence on the SQL query. Okay. Then I updated the record. Last modified date. I updated the record. Still the record is in the same location. So on what basis we are getting it here? Created. On what basis is it getting here? Created date. Based on the created. Now, as per the created date, what are the records we have here? Unipoint, United Oil Gas Corporation, Gas Singapore, Energy Communication, okay, Burlington Textiles. Right. So, on which, if you are fetching the data, it is influenced based on the date field. When I say get the data, in which order we are getting, the order will be always influenced by the date field. Based on which date field you are going to influence. Created date, last modified date, last viewed date. That is the reason I opened old record once again. So it has not shown any impact for me. Okay, last modified date, I opened one of the existing record, modified, still it is not showing any impact on my data. Still it is not showing any impact on my data. So I'll do one thing, I'll go to Wipro. Save it. Now go back to this database again. Limits. What is the data we are getting? The same order. So we are getting the data as per the created date. We are getting the data as per the created date. So the data order is influenced by three fields: created date, last modified date, and last viewed date. Now tell me what you want. You want to specifically get the records as per your choice. Then we have a different concept here. I want to get the most frequently used, most recently used data. Then I have to apply my own conditions for it. I want to get recently modified data. I have to apply my own condition for it. Right. I want to get the data as per the created date. So write a simple SQL query. So if you are specific to a particular data, you want to write a query to get a specific data based on the influenceable field like a created date, last modified date, last view date. Then we have to write our own SQL query with our own condition. Okay, sort by last view date, sort by last modified date, sort by create date. This type of functionality we'll be using. Right now we are not covered. But if you straight away write a SQL query without any specific condition, it is going to give you data as per the order of created date. It is going to give you data as per the order of created date. I hope you got my point. By default, query is giving you list of records in the order of created date. In the order of created date. No, I want to fetch the data based on recently modified, based on recently viewed. Then I have to write my own condition. Is that was clear? Is that was clear? Example. Let me give an example. When you open a accounts tab, here we are getting here. What is that? Recently. On what basis? See Wipro. Now we are getting it. So this is a specific data. I want to get the recently viewed 4 records. And when I click on a tab, every object will display recently viewed 4 records or 5 records. Here we are supposed to apply some external conditions for it. Are you getting my point here? So here they are giving here recently modified, recently. Now I want to get recently created records. Then we need to apply our own condition for it. By default, the data will come in the form of created date. SQL query is going to give you data in the order of created date. You are specific to any particular field, then we are supposed to add some extra conditions or logic to get the data as per your requirement. Is that was clear for everyone? So, is that was clear? Right. So now the question that he has asked: which 5 records will come? Which 5 records will come? So as per the order of created date, the first 5 records are fetched. Which 5 records are going to come? As per the order of created date, first 5 records. Which 4 records will come? As per the order of first created date. I hope you are good with this. So when I say limit, it is giving you what? Giving you set of records from the result. Set of records from the result. Now from the result, which set you want? I am not mentioning it. I am only giving you a query which is giving a list of records. From that list of records, I want to get a particular set of records. Okay, boss. I hope you are good. Limit will specify how many records you want from the result set. Next we have offset. Is that was query clear for everyone? Clear? Am I clear? Right. Somebody online? Your question is answered now?
Yeah.
Offset. This will specify from which position record should be returned. This will specify from which position record should be returned. Maximum value is now. Now I got these records. When you got these records, from which position I have to start? From the third position, from the fourth position. Now write a query. The result what we are getting from that result, return me all the records from the given position. So I have given here offset 5. When I say offset 5, give me 5 records. Okay, so give me records from 5th position. Give me the records from 5th position. Now we gave offset. Command button. Go back to the preview. I told you 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. From pyramid construction, we are going to get it. Offset. What was this? So from 5th position, whatever the data they are getting, in the data from the 5th position, we are getting it. From the 5th position, we are getting it. Okay. Somehow they given the list of records. How many records they have given? From the 5th position, rest of the records are given. From the 5th position, rest of the records are given. From the 5th position, rest of the records are given. Right. Now let us go to the next one. See, there is impact on this record because all of them are created on the same date, last modified on the same date. Okay. So offset. From which position I have to give the records? So let me give you the next one. One more example. Integer offset. Code. Offset. Whatever the position I have given, from that get me the remaining records. Is that clear for everyone? Offset. Get me the remaining records. Get me the remaining records. So what is the offset here? It will specify from which position you want the records. It will specify from which position you want the records. Now, if I want to use a variable, let's suppose to use colon variable name. Colon variable name. So we have all rows, all the records, including those which are deleted. Limit from which position, okay, limit. How many you want? Offset from which position you want. Then write the examples now. Write a SQL query to fetch. Five records from 5th position. Write a SQL query to fetch 5 records from 10th position. Write a SQL query to fetch 5 records from 10th position. Get me 5 records from 5th position. Get me 5 records from 5th position. get me 5 records from 5th position. So we want to take a combination of offset and limit together. Now, look at the point. Public void offset. Now the question is, in which order you want to write? Offset first or limit first? Now the question is, which records offset 10? I wrote offset followed by limit I wrote. Now what they give me? They give me an error message. They give me an error message here. Boss, I wrote a SQL query from account offset followed by limit I give. Offset followed by limit I give. Now I'm changing the order here. Limit followed by offset. Look at this. So you cannot write the order in whatever the way you want. It was supposed to be limit followed by offset. Right. If you want to take a combination, it should be a combination of limit followed by offset. Limit should be followed by. When you want to take a combination of limit and offset together, limit should be followed by offset. Limit followed by offset. So I can reduce the size if I want. Limit offset. So from third position, give me 5 records. Limit followed by offset. You can make both of them dynamic. If you want to take both of them dynamic in the sense I want to take some index values. I'm giving count. So wherever I use variable, it should be always, wherever I use a variable, it should be always use colon. Wherever we want to write variable, we have to use colon. We have to use colon. So we are taking here. From 5th position, give me 10 records. Are you getting my point? So it's a combination of limit offset. Limit will specify how many, offset will specify from where. Maximum value of offset is 2000. Maximum value of offset is 2000. Right. Next, I hope you are good with this example. Everyone is good with this example, right? Write a SQL query to fetch 10 opportunities from 5th position. Write a SQL query to fetch 10 opportunities from 5th position. Write a subquery query to fetch 10 records from 5th position. Write a subquery query to fetch 10 records from 5th position. Which record? Opportunity. Write a subquery query to fetch 10 opportunity records from 5th position. Now let us go to the next one. People are good with this. The same story. Select fields from object limit 10 offset 5. Right, boss? I hope you are good with this. Now let us take the next requirement. My next requirement is I want to get most recently used 5 most recently used records. 5 most recently viewed records. What are the recently viewed records? I want to get 10 recently created records. So what I want to do? I want to sort the data and get it. I want to sort the data. So how to sort the data which is fetched using SQL query? Once I write a SQL query, whatever the data we are getting, I want to sort it. So let me give you second example here. I hope everybody has followed all the topics what I taught below the SQL. Everybody is good with that? Clear for everyone? Next. Public. Then try to understand this example. Accounts. Now go to this SQL query. SQL example. First, fetch all the records. How do you fetch all the records? Industry. Then what are the other fields you want? Created date, last modified date, last viewed date. Public void. Okay, sort name. So how do you sort? Order by. Order by field name, ascending or descending. Order by field name, ascending or descending. I'm getting this data. Order by. Name. Order by name, ascending order. Similarly, I'm getting the data here. Order by name. So order by ascending, order by ascending. Order by ascending order, order by descending order. We are simply using select fields from object order by which field? order by name field. It is a ascending order. It is a descending order. We are trying to get the data. We are trying to get the data and display them in the ascending order of name, the descending order of. So here we have ascending order. Sort by name. This is what we got. We told sort name, sort descending name. Review. This is how we got the data. Ascending order of name. So we got here BDE. Then we got next one descending order. So ascending order and descending order. Ascending order and descending order. Ascending order and descending order. So let us go to the next one. I want to, if there is a conflict between two fields, if two fields have the same name, then what will be the order? If two fields have the same name, what will be the order? If two fields have the same name, what will be the order? Now we got this. So Wipro, but phone number is in the order of ascending. Ascending order of phone number. Look at this. Wipro, all the three records are Wipro, that we are getting in the ascending order of phone. So let us take an example here. I want to sort the data based on multiple fields. Order by field name 1, ascending order, descending order, field name 2, ascending order, descending order. So I am trying to create here. Public. What we have? Order by name, ascending, phone. So I want to say order by name, ascending order, phone, descending order. We are trying to order based on two fields. Ascending order, descending order. So we can sort the data based on multiple fields. Go for a preview. So name and phone. Now we got here Wipro. I told descending order of. You got the 333 first, 222, 111. So when you have multiple fields with the same name, then we need to go for the second sorting. So we can sort the data based on multiple fields. But how do you write a query? Select fields from S object, order, space, by, field name, ascending or descending. If you don't mention anything, by default it is ascending order. If you don't mention anything, by default it is ascending order. If you don't mention anything, it is ascending order. I hope you are good with this. Now look at the format here. Provide a SOQL to fetch all the last 10 accounts created. What is subcall to fetch last 10 accounts created? What is subcall to fetch last 10 accounts created? What is subcall to fetch last 10 accounts created? What is subcall to fetch last 10 accounts created? What is subcall to fetch last 10 accounts which are created? What is subcall to fetch last 10 accounts which are created? Now we need to use the combination of order by and limit. What is subcall to fetch last 10 accounts which are created? So how do I give it? List of accounts, select from account. Now order by or limit, which is first? Order by created date. I want last. By default, created date will be getting in the order of created date. But what I want, last 10 records which are created. Descending order of created date, limit. What is subcall query to fetch last 10 account records which are created. Recently modified. What is subcall to fetch last 10 recently modified records. Then how did you get these records? List of account is equal to select ID listening. Now, next, fetch first 10 viewed records. What is subcall query to fetch first 10 account records which are viewed. What is subcall query to fetch first 10 account records which are viewed. What we have? We had a field called last viewed date. When was that record last time opened? When was that record last time opened? Now what is subcall query to give based on ascending order of last viewed date. What is subcall query to give list of records based on last viewed date. last 10 records which are viewed. The records based on the last viewed date. We can apply limit if you want. Write a SQL query to fetch based on last viewed date. Same query. Here we take your last view date. If you want to apply limit, you can apply, otherwise leave it. I hope you're good. I hope you're good. Order by last view date. I want to tell you that there is a field called last view date, using which I can fetch recently viewed records. Using which I can get you recently viewed records. Is that clear? People have followed or not, boss? Change your facial expression, boss. All frustrated faces only. Right? People have followed this. Sure. Right? So if you want to get the date based on a created date, or based on modified date, or based on recently viewed. When you say recently viewed, last viewed date, get me all the records which are okay, recently viewed, last viewed date, according to the order of last viewed date, get me the records according to the order of last viewed date. There is a field called last viewed date. I just want to convey that field name. Okay, boss. Right. Next. Is that was clear for everyone? Clear for everyone? Okay. Now let us make some quick use cases here. My use case is write a SQL query to fetch all the account records put all the account names in a separate list. Write a SQL query, get the data. From the data, take only account names, put them in a separate list. Write a SQL query, get all the account records. Write a SQL query, get all the account records. First write the query. First write the query. Name from then what I was supposed to do, list of string names equal to new list of, then I have to take one by one account A, accounts. Then we are supposed to do names dot add a dot. What did I do? I took one by one account from the list. Then I took the account name, kept them in a separate list. Is that was clear? Wrote a SQL query to one by one account. Wait for a minute, man. I wrote a SQL query. I took one by one record from the list of accounts. Then added that name to the list of accounts. What is your query? Someone is asking a query. Right. Next. Let us take the next example. People are good with this? Example? Next one. Write a SQL query to fetch all the accounts. These are use cases. Put all those accounts whose rating is hot in a list. Write a SQL query to fetch all the account records. Put all those accounts whose rating is hot in new list. Write a SQL query to fetch all the account records. Put all those accounts whose rating is hot in that new list. Write a SQL query to fetch all the account records. Put all those account records whose rating is hot in a separate list. Then list of account then what I asked you to do, create them new list. What you are supposed to do for account A, for account A accounts, for account A accounts, for account A accounts. Then what I'm doing, if A dot rating equal to hot, if the rating of the account is hot, put them in. Right, now what I'm doing, I'm putting all those accounts whose rating is hot in a separate list. Please don't copy, make an attempt. Now let us take a next example. Write a SQL to fetch all the opportunities. Fetch the amounts of those opportunities whose stage name is fetch all accounts of those opportunities whose name is closed one. Ready, software to fetch all the opportunities, fetch all the amounts of those opportunities whose stage name is closed one. Then write the what you want to fetch. You want to fetch opportunity amounts. I don't fetch all amounts of those opportunities. What are you trying to fetch? What is you have to create? What is the list you have to create? List of decimal. You are trying to fetch the amounts of those opportunities. That we are giving for opportunity. For opportunity, OP opportunity. Then we are going to take one by one opportunity. If opportunity dot stage name equal to closed one, amounts dot add OP dot amount. Do people follow this example? Right. Anyone has any query or difficulty in today's session? People are comfortable with this topic? Anybody has any difficulty in this? Anyone has any difficulty? Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, when I tried to SOQL query in query editor for all rows, I didn't get it, Satish.
See, whatever the query you are given, if you run it in Apex, they will run. Query editor will not support all the things. Workbench will not support all the things.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Now, every keyword is not supported in the query editor. Only few of them are supported. So, if you write a program, they'll be supported. Okay. Any other query? Yes, Sama.
Hello. Pratish, yesterday I have one doubt. Yesterday my mic was not working. Can you answer now?
But I didn't get you. Could you please ask me then? Let's not deviate the topic now.
Okay.
Right. Now, any query on this? Everybody is comfortable with this? Clear for everyone? Anyone has any difficulty in this? Comfortable? Right. So that's all from my end. Yes. What is your query?
Hello.
Someone? Yeah.
Actually, I have one doubt on yesterday's session.
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't understand how to convert list of data to map.
List of data
For
will
loop.
not be converted into map.
We are mapping into for loop. You are writing right for employee, employees.
So
That's one.
you've taken a value then.
I didn't understand for loop there.
What is the value we have? I think we have taken.
No. Here in map we are taking key as integer, decimal, and value as employee, full record. Employee, complete record. Oh, fine.
This is what we have taken in the last example.
Yes.
Now, how do you get the keys? To the map, how do you get the keys?
Set of integers.
Set of string there. I have taken a string, so it's going to be is equal to emp map dot. Now, take one by one key. How do you take one by one key? With a set of keys. How do you take one by one key? Yes. Now, if you know the key, how do you get the value? The map, how do you get the value?
One second. In for loop, inside for loop, how we are taking that string keys? That one only.
Loop, no. With the loop of set of string, how do you refer to one by one element? Now, if it is a loop of accounts, how do you take one by one element?
List from list. Okay.
With a list of opportunity, I have taken opportunity OP equal to list of opportunity. This is a set of string. So string is colon keys. From this keys, one by one key I am taking.
Okay.
Get the key. When you give the key, we get the corresponding value.
Okay.
Right, boss?
Here one more thing is emp map dot put e.emp comma e. That one I didn't.
How do you insert the elements into the map?
That's fine, but why we are writing e.emp number comma e?
Boss, first the basic thing you need to understand, what is the key value you are taking, what is the value you are taking. When I write employee, what is the meaning of this?
Full record.
It's an employee instance, we have to pass it. It is an employee instance, we have to pass it. So I have taken some employees. Employee. Now how do you write a loop now? How do you write a loop? How do you refer to one by one employee?
For employee.
Yeah. For employee.
E employees.
Employees. What do you mean by E?
E is variable to get data.
Variable referring to one employee.
One employee.
From the list of employees, E is referring to one employee.
Okay.
Right. That's what I told. Emp map dot put employee E dot, that employee number is the key, that employee is the value.
Employee is full record, so
exactly. It's not a record instance. Employee object. Okay.
Employee object. Okay, fine. Thank you.
Satish, I have a question on the 8 point.
One minute. Okay. ఈ రాష్ట్రం కదా బుక్ కొరి రాష్ట్ర ఆల్రెడీ డేటా వచ్చింది కదా ఆ డేటా నేను రిఫర్ చేస్తాం ఈ డేటా ఎక్కడ ఉంది అకౌంట్ నుంచి తెచ్చేసేవాళ్ళు కొరి రాష్ట్రానికి రికార్డ్ వచ్చాయి ఎక్కడ ఎలా వచ్చాయి లిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ అకౌంట్ వస్తుంది దిస్ ఈస్ గివింగ్ లిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ అకౌంట్స్ దానికి రిఫర్ చేస్తాం ఇప్పుడు వచ్చిన డేటా ఎక్కడ ఉంది మనకి నువ్వు టేబుల్ నుంచి కొరి రాసావు కొంత డేటా వచ్చింది ఆ డేటా ఎక్కడ పెట్టావు ఓ మెమరీ ఉంటుంది కదా మెమరీ ఏంటి లిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ అకౌంట్స్ ఓకేనా ఎస్ సాయి కృష్ణ
Yeah. Can you go to the 8 point? I mean.
Yes, I deleted actually. Okay.
Okay. That's fine. So when we write the SQL query, select ID from account, so we will get all the records from the account, right? So
yes.
In each and every record, we'll have the field names. So is it necessary to write the select ID, name, phone, everything from the account?
Every field we want to fetch, we have to manually write it. There's no concept called star here.
Okay.
Satish, I need one suggestions from you.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, boss. Okay.
నువ్వు పెడుతున్నావు, నువ్వు ఇచ్చిన దాని ప్రకారం అది నువ్వు రాసిన లాజిక్. ఒక అకౌంట్ తీసుకొని S1 డాట్ లాస్ట్ టైం కీ తీసుకుంది, S1 డాట్ ఫస్ట్ టైం. ఎందుకు నేను చెప్పిన రిక్వైర్మెంట్ అది. ఇది ఒక రికార్డ్ అమ్మా, ఇది ఒక రికార్డు. ఇది అయిపోయినాకే కదా నెక్స్ట్ ఇచ్చేది. ఇప్పుడు ఒక రికార్డు తీసుకున్నావు, రికార్డు ఇచ్చిన లూప్ లో ఉన్న లాజిక్ అంతా రన్ చేసినాక అప్పుడు నెక్స్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ వెళ్ళిపో. ఓకేనా? చలో బాస్, దట్స్ ఆల్ ఫ్రమ్ మై ఎండ్.
Hello, Satish.
You ask the question, I ask your question. You're quite.
My internet connection got lost. Actually, I wanted to know about the techno-functional role regarding that, and what are the scope on that. And I'm planning to go to US for dependent visa, for H4 visa. So, is there any scope in that? Can you please guide me?
H4 EAD is good. Now there will be less paperwork for the placement services. Right. Before you move, just give a call on my number. I'll be assisting you how to take the role. Okay.
Okay. And is there any way how to prepare for that? Can you guide me? Yeah.
When you are going,
It's not confirmed yet. It will take in 4 or 5 months.
oh, it's too long. Just practice everything, boss. You have a lot of time.
Okay.
5 months is too long time. Okay. Practice. You can practice each and by then you can practice each and every function. Right.
Okay, can you please? I will mail you. So can you please reply to back
Right.
what to
Right.
do and how?
Right, Amma. No issue.
Okay. Great help. Thank you very much, sir.